welcome back to Fluttering Butterflies. My name is Michelle and this is going to be my September book haul. I have 28 books to share with you. Let's get started. First pile of books that I'm going to share with you are going to be books sent from the publisher that I was expecting. The first book I'm going to share with you is Railhead by Philip Reeve. This is a gorgeous hardback copy. Look at those page edges. Isn't it amazing? Absolutely amazing. I do have a proof copy of this already, but this is just so gorgeous and I absolutely adore Philip Reeve. This is a new sci-fi adventure story for young adults. Thank you so much. I got 4 books from Faber this month. The first is Squishy McFluff, Secret Santa by Pip Jones and illustrated by Ella Oxstad. My youngest absolutely loves this series. It's one of his favorites, and the second that this book arrived, this book was spirited away from me and he took it to his room, read it, came back, said he loved it. And I love this series of books so much for inspiring my youngest to read. I also got All About Pumpkin by Natasha Ferrant. Isn't this such a pretty book? This is the 3rd book in the Bluebell Gadsby series, and I love the Gadsby family. I love them so very much. I love stories involving big families and the chaos and the noise and everything going on, and I just love Bluebell herself. She has a great voice and I can't wait to see what else happens to her and her family in this book. I also have a copy of The Snow Sister by Emma Carroll. I really love Emma Carroll. She is a new author discovery for me. This is a Christmas themed novella and look how pretty it looks. So excited for this one. The next book is one that I'm super excited about. It's called The Smell of Other People's Houses by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock, and it's set in Alaska. It's not being published until April of next year. I'm so incredibly lucky that I have a copy of this book already. I've started reading it already and I just absolutely love the author's voice. She really has a great way of writing that just sort of pulls me in already. So you will definitely be hearing more about this book from me very soon. Next up from Macmillan we have All the Rage by Courtney Summers. Courtney Summers is definitely one of my favorite authors ever. I think that she writes incredibly emotional stories and hard-hitting, important emotional stories at that. This is being published at the end of January next year and it's all about rape and rape culture, sexual violence, and a community's response to that in one particular case. Another one being published in January, this time from Electric Monkey, is My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. I have already read this book recently, in fact. I imported the hardback in from America, and again it's another book about larger families, and you know how much I adore those, and this is a book about a girl who falls in love with a boy from a large family, but it's also so much more. I'm so excited that this book is being published in the UK finally. And from Hotkey Books, they sent me Sophie Someone by Hayley Long. I don't really know that much about this book except that the main character, Sophie, plays a lot with language, and I just adore Hayley Long's stories in general, so I'm very much looking forward to it. I love that it's a little hardback book. It looks amazing. Can't wait to get to this one. I was also sent When I Was Me by Hilary Freeman. What a great cover that is. This one says on the back that it's a psychological thriller. A girl wakes up and she's not herself, and you know, I don't know that much about it, but everything that I do know about it sounds so incredibly intriguing that I know that this one is going to go to the top of my TBR pile. Now the next book that I was sent is incredibly exciting, and that is Secret Garden Artist's Edition. This is a pull-out and frame colouring book by Joanna Basford. I've kind of missed the whole adult colouring phase that's going on at the moment. It's all the rage. I've never done it. I was I was almost going to decline this request, this review request, but I just love the idea that I can colour these books, pull it out of this book that it's in and frame it. I just love that. And The Secret Garden is one of my favourite books from childhood, so this is definitely going to be something that I think I'm going to really, really enjoy. So I've just opened the plastic covering for the first time and have a look. Let's have a look at some of the pictures. Oh my god, that's so pretty. I'm gonna have to find myself some of, this is beautiful. I'm gonna have to find some really nice pens to work with on this to make it perfect. I'll probably end up doing a video soon to show you some of my colouring and some of the finished products. So if you're into adult colouring, do leave me a comment down below or on Twitter to let me know what type of pens are the best to use. And going from one art thing to another, I don't have a copy of this book because my son has taken it from me, but I received a copy of How to Draw The World of Jacqueline Wilson by Nick Sherratt, and this was a really interesting looking book. In which he kind of broke down the different characters and things that Nick Sherratt had illustrated in terms of Jacqueline Wilson stories, and kind of gave a how-to guide on how to draw them. And I love that idea. I gave this book to my littlest. He's 7 at the moment. He's really big into art and drawing, to explore his art in any way that he can. So I'm really, really grateful to have been sent this book. It wasn't it was unsolicited, but it will definitely be well used and loved. One is Pugs of the Frozen North by Philip Reeve and Sarah McIntyre. I have read one of their previous collaborations together, Oliver and the Seawigs, I believe, and it was a huge hit with my family, so I will be reading this one as part of our family book club soon. So thank you to OUP for sending me that. From O'Brien Books, I was sent this one, The Midnight Carnival by Erica McGann. Just some phrases that jump out at me from the back include a bearded ballerina, a young contortionist, and a troupe of creepy clowns. Also sent a hardback copy of Jacqueline Wilson's latest, Little Stars, and this is a Heady Feather adventure. I don't know how I ended up on the Jacqueline Wilson mailing list. I was also sent a finished copy of Dreamland by Robert L. Anderson. If you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you'll know that I've already read and adored this book. From Macmillan Books, I was sent a copy of Tonight the Streets Are Ours by Layla Sales. I adored Layla Sales' previous book that I read, This Song Will Save Your Life. From Barrington Stoke, we have this book by Alan Gibbons called A Strange Land. I don't know very much about this book, but I absolutely adore Barrington Stoke books in general. From OUP, I got Angel Dares by Joss Sterling. OUP, you can send me anything Joss Sterling related without asking. I will always read them and enjoy them. Joss Sterling is definitely one of my favorite authors. I love her characters and their relationships together, and I love how shiny her books are. And finally, I did receive this one in October, but because I'm filming this book haul late, I thought I would squeeze it in. From Black and White Publishing, I've received this copy of Did I Mention I Need You by Estelle Mascame. The next 4 books I bought myself at different charity shops locally. I love, love, love going to charity shops and checking out their book ranges. There's some absolute fantastic bargains, and I'm really impressed with the selection this month. The first book that I picked up is The Boyfriend List by E. Lockhart. I've already read and loved this book. I did have a previous copy of the same book, but I remember giving it away foolishly many years ago, and I'm so glad to have another copy of this book. I love Ruby Oliver. I love this series. I wish more people would read E. Lockhart for sure. I also picked up a copy of The Bride's Farewell by Meg Rosoff. I really enjoy Meg Rosoff's books. I've said previously that I really want to amass my own collection of her books, and this is one step closer to achieving that goal. I have already read and enjoyed The Bride's Farewell, and I'm really glad to have this new addition to my shelves. Picked up Night School Legacy by C.J. Doherty. This is in the Night School series. I've already read and enjoyed this book. I won't say too much about it because I've already mentioned this book in detail on the Bookish Brits channel recently. The final book that I picked up from a charity shop this month is Blood Red Road by Maura Young. This is the first book in her Dustlands trilogy, and I have already read and loved this book. Again, I had another copy of this book previously, but I gave it away, and then since then this trilogy has been repackaged in these new covers, and I have the second and third book in the trilogy in these new covers, so I am quite glad that now they match. I also recently took up book swapping again using the website readitswapit.co.uk, and there I picked up Finding Sky by Joss Sterling, her first book in the Savant series, is it called? Maybe? I don't know. Read it and loved it already. Glad to have a copy. I also picked up a copy of When I Was Joe by Karen David. I believe I had a proof copy of this a long time ago. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure, but I must have given it away because I don't have a copy still. Karen David will be at YA Shot in October, and I'm hoping to get this one signed. And I also picked up another book by Karen David, this time Salvage, in paperback. I already have a hardcover copy of this book, so this is a duplicate, and I'm hoping to take this to YA Shot, have it signed, and it will either be a prize for the British Books Challenge on my blog, or it will be a prize to the participants of the YA Shot Readathon. The last two books that I'm going to share with you were sent to me by my lovely friend Andrew from the Pewter Wolf, and he also collabs with me on the Bookish Brits, and that is, he sent me For Holly by Tanya Byrne, and also, as a complete surprise, Speaking in Bones by Kathy Reichs. I'm so excited to read this book, this new one from Tanya Byrne, and I'm so excited to receive surprise books in the mail, so thank you so much, Andrew. So that's it from me today. Here are all the books that I received for review or bought myself during the month of September. Where do you think I should start with this lot? Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.